Dr. Steve Joel, Superintendent with Lincoln Public Schools. We also have Chief Dave Engler with Lincoln Fire and Rescue, myself, Assistant Chief Michelle Morrow, and Assistant Chief Jason Stilley. We would like to just interact with our community a little bit this morning and share some information on how we respond to incidents involving Lincoln Public Schools, and then also share our grief and condolences as we stand in support of the community of Uvalde, Texas. I'd like to introduce Chief Ewins.
Good morning, everybody. The men and women of the Lincoln Police Department stand with the Uvalde, Texas community, the latest community in our country to experience the devastation of a mass shooting. As we all struggle to grasp the violence against our society's most vulnerable, we want to take this moment to remind you we take our responsibility to serve and protect the city of Lincoln very seriously. What happens across this country impacts our community as well. We will support our schools with resources they may need, to include extra patrols and training to provide a sense of comfort for the students and the staff. Recently, Lincoln Public Schools had a tabletop exercise for active shooter scenario in which all city agencies participated. A tabletop allows us to create scenarios to have staff and city agencies work together to improve processes and working relationships. Much of it is about creating a coordinated response to any large event. I'd like Dr. Steve Joel to come up and give a few words as well.
Thank you, Chief Ewins. Appreciate it very much. Yesterday was another one of those days that we dread in America, and whenever something of that magnitude occurs, it impacts every single part of the country, and Lincoln is no exception. Our thoughts are with the community of Uvalde, Texas, as the news circulated yesterday shortly before noon. And we also know that this news can create fear and anxiety for some of our staff and our parents, and certainly our students. And we take great comfort in knowing we have this incredible partnership with the Lincoln Police and other law enforcement agencies, which includes our threat assessment team. School resource officers are just one example of our continuing collaboration with the Lincoln Police Department. And a side note, I started my day at Lux Middle School today, and there was an officer that was non-SRO that had shown up at the beginning of school, and we appreciate that very much. We understand that there's been increased police presence, at least at the beginning of school, around the city, and I want to thank Chief Ewins for that. The Lincoln Public Schools Safety and Threat Assessment Team are nationally recognized experts that work with local, state, and national law enforcement to develop safety protocols and practices and investigate each and every threat thoroughly. Joe Wright, former captain with the Lincoln Police Department, he heads up those teams, and we feel very, very comfortable that our threat assessment protocols are representing best practice and certainly effective. At Lincoln Public Schools, we will continue to follow these safety protocols and put into place to fortify our schools from potential threats. And these include a heightened awareness of activity in and around our schools and property, immediately reporting anything of concern to law enforcement. And then we always initiate standard response protocols when needed. School safety takes an entire community. If we say to our parents, if you or your child see or hear something that makes you feel unsafe, please contact Lincoln Police, a trusted staff member, or through the green Safe to Save button that appears very handily on our website. And these are times where it's about caring for one another, and by working together, we can continue to keep our schools safe. But I want to underscore something I said before too. We have an incredible partnership with the Lincoln Police Department. We've had that for a number of years, and we work very, very closely together. And I think in America, in this country anyway, I think we have that partnership is so good that our schools are safe, our community safe, and we'll continue to respond as we have to respond when these kinds of things occur. So thank you, Chief Ewins, for allowing me to be part of the press conference.